They'll be calling you a radical. I want to give everybody an update what I've seen so far on my walk. You know, a whole lot of death. But, you know, it's being confirmed to me what not my preconception was, because that's a bias. I have no biases. I've been up and down this ocean since the day Fukushima happened with a central line fighting for my life full of leukemia. I've walked San Diego beaches to San Onofre and Bob multiple times. I've walked the beaches all up and down San Francisco multiple times, video to prove it. But what I'm seeing so far, and I'm not even sure where I'm at right now, somewhere between Cambria and San Simeon. But number one, I want to really call this out to Californians. You can go in and talk all your drought you want. And of course the drought's epic on the death of the pine trees. But that's all I see up and down. 100-year-old pine trees, 150-year-old pine trees, 50, 60, they're all dying. They're all dying. And it's not the drought. I'm here to tell you, in Gulf, right, Morro Bay, where the RV park is, you know, they're watered right there. The grasses are green right there. The other trees are pretty healthy. The pine trees are dead. Not dying, dead. It's not drought. You know, I had a conversation with a marine biologist, and he told me straight up, he says, it's solar radiation. What? 150 what? What? The sun just started? Oh, hello. I guess the last couple years ago, the sun just decided to shine. This is the insanity, the denial. No, it's Fukushima. I'm here to tell you. I'm all through the cliffs. I walked over 20 miles today, and you know, I'm out on the coast. There's no road out there. I'm cutting back and in from the one. I mean, I really wore myself out yesterday. By the way, I want to say this to the state of California. Their state parks. Wow, they do great work. You should see it across there. They kicked the dogs out. They kicked the dog walkers out. They kicked the freaking horses out. They kicked everything out. And they're trying to make it, and it's very well managed. Beautifully managed across the Central Coast. That's the California State Parks Department. Incredible work. Beautiful work. Magnificent work. And they're the ones that are protecting it. But, you know, the rare sills, well, I should say rare, they're really rare now. The sills that get out there, you know which ones I'm talking about. Can't find them. Everybody says the same thing. You know, everybody says, oh, sea lions. No. The very few sea lions you find are sick. I'm not kidding. No starfish anywhere. The tidal pools all over, which I've seen. No starfish. Very little vegetation. Very little anything going on. But, you know, it's heartbreaking to me. The California ecology, the American ecology, the great mighty blue lady, she's in free fall. The creatures, the inhabitants, you two-legged beer-drinking mammals, it's in free fall. I cannot overstate this. I have met so many people. This is unbelievable. This conversation over and over and over. Hey, my dad, my mom, my sister, my cousin got AML in 2011, 2012. I can't believe how many, just like in our area, in our hospital. The plume went over us. We had a major rash of it. Our whole group, 33 people that I know in our little teeny town with AML. There's only 2 of us left alive, by the way. You would not believe this conversation. Yeah, he went to have the central line in him, you know, and he died. It's heartbreaking. You know, these fucking dog walkers. I want to knock them the fuck out. You know, it's disturbing. They don't get it. They don't get it. And that's a big problem, by the way. Down the coast, they get it. You know, they get them out. Oh, you ought to hear them. They catch somebody in there with a dog, and they're worse than me. I talked to California State Ranger. He says exactly like I said. He says, what does it matter with these people? I says, they can't communicate with other people. And I've learned it. You know, here I am. I'm on a leukemia walk. I'm doing whatever it is I do. These people won't give me the time of day. Now, I spent a lot of great time with Mothers for Earth. You know, Jane, Linda, went to their event, and, you know, had a great conversation. Spent, you know, 2 days with them. Of course, you know, boy, do I have the Buddhist chant now. How awesome is he? But that was a very emotional, spiritual standing there in front of the Diablo Cannon. I mean, very, very emotional. The ocean's a free fall, I'm here to tell you. You know, people say, oh, epic denial. Because this generation is sick. It's sick. It is self-indulgence. They all think they're in the 7th grade still. Plowshares had their appeal. You know, I've spent so much time with plowshares. Now, Greg and Michael are not doing well. Greg's at you know, the monster in Kansas, Leavenworth. You know, write him a letter, you guys. It's a tough gig he's going through. You know, Megan will be out soon, but plowshares are awesome. You know, these old groups that have done great work, the weight of the world on their shoulders. California, they don't care. They don't care. They really don't. You know, the park rangers, I talked to them. By the way, the one park ranger I talked to out there yesterday on the cliffs, he knows all about Fukushima, and he agrees with me. He totally agrees with me. He says, I says, it's irrational to think that 1,464 days of nuclear fission goes into this blue ocean and the tide pool rolls in is not affecting our vegetation, you know, the humans. And he says, there's no doubt. You know, and then we had a conversation about the marine biologists and different people not studying the ocean. He said, it's outrageous. By the way, like I said, what he does and what they do, they should be commended. Because that's one thing that has really encouraged me, the California state parks across here. You know, they've got them sealed up to where you got to walk your trail through there. It's a long walk. They don't let dogs in there. You know, they're doing the right thing. You know, it's spectacular out there. I cannot say how beautiful the California coast is and how ugly the Californian is. Of course, most of the Californians aren't Californians. They're dog walking tourists. You know, they're disgusting. They're pigs I mean, they're disgusting. By the way, the only people that will have a healthy conversation with you are the Mexicans. You know, the Mexican people down here, well, they're like the Mexican people everywhere in my town. You know, they get it. They're communal. You know, they have respect for other people, you know. They don't prejudge, you know. They're great. I have lots of great conversations with them, but what I've seen so far, you could smell death walking on the one. You could smell death walking up on the beach. So many dead creatures, so many dead animals. There's no starfish, none, zero. And I'm talking to multiple fishermen. You know, at Avila, PISMO, no, forget the clams, that's over, completely gone. By the way, Pablo de PISMO told me they used to plow it up there. That's how many there were, just sacks of abalone, none, zero. You know, it's only taken us 167 yards, these blonde-haired, blue-eyed devils, to come across Europe, the Christian wars, and lasso the freaking indigenous people. And, you know, they weren't happy with just destroying the coastal natives. I talked to them too, by the way, the coastal tribe at Diablo, and I don't want to butcher their name, the Chumash. Wow. They're some powerful people. I learned from them that at Diablo Canyon was not only their sacred place to launch their canoes, it was also their sacred burial grounds. They said they just plowed them up. They didn't I mean, why would they do such a thing? What is the matter with this industry, the nuclear cartel? I mean, it's self-fulfilling prophecy. It's kind of like the Mormons. You know, I grew up in the Mormons. By the way, I'm tracing the same footsteps as Abraham Hunsaker I. My grandfather, Abraham Hunsaker. That's the guy from Old Town who was the protector of the indigenous people, fought toe-to-toe with the indigenous. That's the guy that found the gold at Sutter's Mill, by the way. You know, they were communists. Not communists, communists, the United Order. So they stuck together. Not anymore. This is John Steinbeck. This is his place. You know how much I love John Steinbeck. George ain't gonna let me tend them rabbits. That's what it is. It's passive-aggressive murders. You know? Brother did what he should have done a long time ago. You know? Monsters should be blocked up and pushed away from the beach and never allowed to come near it. Californians and their freaking real estate, they shouldn't even be allowed within freaking 10 miles of the beach. None of them. And their fucking motorcycles and their RVs, and they're acting like 7th graders getting fucking fake new breasts. At 70 years old, it's disgusting. Of course, most of them aren't native. There's no salt in the earth there. I mean, what I've seen so far breaks my heart. Disrespect, no honor, no dignity, no caring, no love. Nature, ha, doesn't have a chance with these monsters. I'm very discouraged what I've seen. Very discouraged. And this is one spectacular, beautiful place. Really spectacular, beautiful place. Like I said, okay on this, my walk. I feel better this morning. I got a little bit of rest last night. I got, some good sleep. I'm okay. I just overdid it yesterday, that's all, because I wanted to see it and I got so involved in it. But what I'm seeing so far, wow, I can't believe all the freaking old pine trees dying. They're the only ones dying. No starfish, no organic life on the tide pools, in the estuaries, nothing. Sea lions, seals, and the ones I do find are dead. And you talk to the fishermen up and down, all of them say the same thing. Oh, no sardines. Well, what do you think killed the sardines? That's the next one. Hello, hello. Well, there's no sardines in the fish. Hello, hello. What? I mean, the emperor has no fucking clothes. Please. I mean, starfish dying, sea lions dying, pine trees dying, two-legged beer-drinking mammals. Like I said, I cannot overstate how many people I've talked to that have died of leukemia, or AML. Brutal disease. Wow. But, it's not going to happen to me. Stay tuned.